Life Without Green is a political drama about a young woman who works for the mayor's office at Boston City Hall, and she's launching a campaign to make the city environmentally friendly, quote unquote green. And the day she has a press conference and launches her green campaign, her fiance goes missing. And the story is her life unraveling in the public eye and dealing with the environmental issue. And it's a great political environmental mystery drama.
Well, why don't you tell us about the main characters and give us a little bit of information about the storyline?
Do you want to talk about Rachel?
I'll tell you a little bit about Rachel Singer. Rachel Singer is Boston's newly appointed director of the Office for Economic and Environmental Innovation. She is a young 31 or 32-year-old woman living in Boston. And she's just a young Jewish woman trying to, make her way in the political world. And
she's got, she's very lucky and she's worked hard, but she's, as a young woman, being appointed to this new office and has taken favor with the mayor and the city officials, and now she gets this sort of golden opportunity to show off what she can do in front of everyone.
And she has a soon-to-be fiancé named Benjamin Benji Green, who vanishes without warning in the midst of her really the highlight of her career.
The story, will it be somewhat like other dramas that we know on television? Will there be a comedic element? Will there be interesting locations that make this different? What about this will separate it from the pack, if you will?
Well, when I first heard about the project, it struck me as kind of in the spirit of these sort of made-for-television with film cinematic style type elements that are on TV now, 24, CSI, The West Wing, these sorts of things. I think the content seems to be in that spirit, and that's what excited me about the project. Ishai can probably talk more about that.
Yeah, I think, yes, it has some similarities to other shows, but also, we're trying to do something a little bit different here. It does have a strong sense of humor, and the writer and creator of this whole thing, Adam Roberts, couldn't be here today, but he is the brainchild that wrote the first draft and really created this world where there is sort of this political, it does have a little bit of a flavor of West Wing, where there's sort of the political underpinnings, but then there's a sense of humor that can get us through these difficult issues, and that's what really drew me to the project and what I really enjoy. And something that's really fun to me is that it's sort of, yes, Boston is trying to make this green, environmentally friendly office, but they're doing it in only a way a bureaucracy can do it, which is being rather wasteful. And they're trying to do it, but they use a lot of paper and they hang up signs and they have balloons hanging all over the induction, and they have noble efforts, but they're still figuring out how to do it, which I think is kind of how everybody feels about being environmentally friendly right now.
I suppose I should ask, given that we're a Boston, Open Media Boston is a Boston publication, and David's show is here in Cambridge. Is there a particular reason why it's set in Boston? Is that just because Adam Roberts is from the area, it looks like?
Yes, that's correct. Adam is lives in the area, so it's kind of right about what you know and where you are.
Is there anything about the production that you think lends itself to Boston? You've been doing principal shooting this week, is that right?
Right.
So.
Correct. Yeah. At different points we had talked about trying to shoot it in other areas, like, maybe we can shoot this in LA or shoot it in New York or something like that, and but it does have a distinctly Boston feel to it. The characters are from Boston, and I was pretty adamant about shooting it here because there's really nowhere else that you can make Boston feel like Boston.
The fact that you can almost never find a trash receptacle when you need one,
bathroom.
or a bathroom. And in fact, post 9/11, the MBTA, which is our local mass transportation, took away trash receptacles in the stations because they were afraid somebody would plant a bomb, which lends itself to the fact that the city's got a lot of trash strewn all over it. Does that help or hinder the production of this show? Or will it be integrated, something like that, which is very Boston, integrated into the show?
I coming from New York, I've actually been very impressed with the cleanliness of Boston. But but yeah, I mean, we actually just shot an opening sequence this morning, literally across the street. We didn't realize, but
oh wow,
and it basically consists of a garbage can and people walking by and throwing things into this garbage can, and then we pan up or tilt up and we see sort of the skyline of Boston, and that would be the opening sequence. And what I haven't seen before are these like black garbage cans with solar panels on it.
Yeah, those are trash compactors, actually.
That is new to me.
You tend to see them. Actually, you see them both in Boston and Cambridge and Somerville in different places.
Are you so ambitious that you're hoping that this show will become identified with Boston in the way Cheers or St. Elsewhere, or even a more recent show, Crossing Jordan, is kind of identified as a Boston show?
Absolutely. Definitely. I mean, we were all pretty gung-ho about, or adamant about, having it shot here. And I actually live in New York. Ishai's in LA, so we really could have done it a few other spots. And we all really, truly felt it was critical to do it here. So definitely.
Now, I'm not so down on the trash that David mentioned earlier, but I know that Massachusetts had, as a state, and Boston particularly, until quite recently, had a reputation as a place that was unfriendly to media productions. It made it very, very difficult in a variety of ways. And I was wondering what your experience has been so far. If you've worked with the state or the city on this at all, or if this is more a guerrilla shoot or what.
It's really, from my understanding, taken off in the last few years. The Mass Film Office, with the tax incentives recently, has drawn a lot of production to the state. And as a result, there are a lot of crew people around working, directors of photography, gaffers, production assistants. They can earn a living doing it now. So it's easy to get a crew together around here now, which is nice. Some SAG actors are around, so there's a good base of local acting talent. It seems as though things will only take off into the future. The Plymouth Rock Studios down in Plymouth, it looks like that may happen, and if that were to happen and be built in the next few years, their idea of quote-unquote Hollywood East might be something that's realized off into the future.
And that's your hometown?
Yes, I did grow up in Plymouth, so I got my fingers crossed. I'm really hoping
That'd be
for
pretty
it.
wild.
Yeah.
Is your family still there?
Yes.
Great.
Are you casting locally for extras?
Yeah. A lot of the
Jason wants to be, and he's always wanted to be on television.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, we have all the extras are local, and on top of that, a lot of the speaking roles are local. You know, if you want to get that authentic Boston feel, and
Local
you need people
color,
from Boston,
right.
And so, a lot of Rachel Singer's entourage of the Green Team are these Boston-based actors, and they're all really great.
Mm-hmm. The fact that you're making her specifically a Jewish character, you're talking about her as a Jewish character. A couple of questions. I mean, why did you choose to go in that direction? And will you explore in the writing the Jewish community here in Boston? Boston is not known. It has a very vibrant Jewish community, but it's not known as a Jewish city. It's more known as a Catholic city.
Right. That actually would be a phenomenal question for Adam Roberts, who wrote it. I don't know why he chose to make her Jewish. He's Jewish. A few of us are Jewish, but I don't ultimately know his reasoning behind that. I do know that there's a very much a Jewish Latino flavor to the whole show, because her Benji Green is I think his parents are Hispanic.
Oh.
So there's whole bunch of Spanish lines going on in there. So it definitely deals with both cultures. Again, my guess is just that, he kind of wrote what he he knew and is most comfortable with. And I'm sure there will be some mention of it or going into depth in it at some point with the Latin aspect along with the Jewish aspect.